Meanwhile, President Yoweri Kaguta Museveni has received and held a meeting with the executive officials of Bayport Financial Services Limited at State House in Entebbe. Now, he discussed the contributions the company has rendered to Uganda in the microfinance services sector in the past 15 years. Launched in 2004, the company has proved a leading non-deposit credit provider in Uganda and staffed with 250 permanent employees, around 190 mobile sales agents, and it serves more than 31,600 customers in 49 branches. The company offers short, medium and long-term loans, education protection policy and credit life cover. Now, the bulk of the loans, according to information, are dedicated to school fees, farming and small businesses, among others. The President assured the Bayport Uganda Chief Executive Officer Alan Ochaka, the Group Chief Operations Officer Brian Alu, as well as Nothando Ndebele, who is the group's capital markets executive, among others, that Uganda is a free economy, but cautioned the officials to be greatly mindful about importation of illegitimate products into the country. To other news now, the Prime Minister, Dr. Ruhakana Rugunda, has said that the decentralization policy is a well-thought-out model by the NRM government as the most appropriate model for improving service delivery in Uganda. He said government has undertaken a number of initiatives to ensure that the decentralization policy is put in place within the right political environment. The Premier was speaking at the National Conference on Decentralization in Kampala. We have more in this report.
The Prime Minister, Dr. Ruhakana Rugunda, has said decentralization has realized significant achievements in the legal, political, administrative, physical, local administration of justice, good governance, service delivery, local economic development, and institutional aspects of the policy. He also noted that the policy has made it possible to have democratically elected councils at all levels in the country.
Today, there are local councils, yes, right from the village to the district level, and all of these are elected through universal adult suffrage. This is democracy in practice. Not just theorizing, but really all the people deciding on their leadership. These councils are inclusive and have promoted popular participation. The marginalized and the vulnerable categories of our society, including women, youth, people with disabilities, and elderly, who constitute a big proportion of the population, are also represented, and they participate in the decision-making process in areas where they live.
The Premier highlighted some of the challenges still impeding the local government sector and thus called upon the citizens to not only appreciate the role of local governments as being at the front line of service delivery, but also support the sector in addressing the challenges.
Challenge number one is the inadequate capacity to deliver decentralized services and functions effectively and efficiently. Number two, mindsets and attitude challenges in both the technical and political wings of local governments. And challenge number three is poor information and record management. Challenge number four, poor intra- and intergovernmental coordination.
During the conference, 2 reports on decentralization in Uganda were presented, and the Prime Minister noted that government will undertake the recommendations made from the findings of the report in order to incorporate them in any amendments of the policy. The Minister of State for Local Government, Jennifer Namuyangu, highlighted the objectives of the Ministry of Local Government, and these include to improve the decentralization system to promote democratic government, transparency and accountability in local governments, to improve planned urban development, to increase local investments and expand local revenue base, among others. Namuyangu, however, noted lack of service delivery standards as the biggest challenge in the sector.
The lack of coherence often led to lack of synergy and duplication of interventions, hence undermining efficiency utilization of resources within and across the sectors. The local government system in Uganda, right Honorable Prime Minister, is based on decentralization of functions, power, and services.
The mission director of USAID, Patricia Rada, said the conference offers a platform for dialogue about the decentralization policy and how it can be effective in terms of delivering services to Ugandans. The conference, which was organized under the theme Decentralization, Trends, Gains, Challenges, and the Future of Local Governments in Uganda, with the aim to take stock of how local governments have benefited from the decentralization policy as a vehicle for improved service delivery, was attended by the Minister of State for Primary Education, Rosemary Seninde, political leaders, government officials, development partners, donors and members from the academia, civil society, and the media, among others. Doreen Nasasra reporting for UBC News.
Thanks, Doreen, for that report there.